licensed for 40 years and had a very strong biochemistry background and worked as an anesthesiologist, taking care of people's bodies in a very special way. I can say, and seeing what's happening with the X39 and the other patches, I can say without a doubt that this is the most significant medical breakthrough in my lifetime. And do we have a big hand for that? This is,
wow. Hello.
The X39 patch is one of the most amazing products in medicine, and stem cell activation, or more stem cells, is one of the hottest topics in medicine. And people say, well, will it work for this? Well, it will work for that. Well, we can't say that it necessarily will. There's tens of thousands of testimonies that are out there where people have experienced dramatic results with various problems and symptoms and diseases. But it's a no-brainer to try the X39 and just see if it works. And then when you recommend the X39, don't just have them do it for 3 days. What I'd say to people, if I had one thing that you can do, it would be listen with love. When you're talking to someone, don't just listen to what they're saying, what they mean to be saying, but what is God saying through that person to you? Listen and care and hear more than just at the superficial level. And when they know that you're listening to them, that you actually care about them, they're going to open up. And as they open up, they'll share problems that they have with their health or with their family or whatever. And then that's an opportunity to share about the patches. And from my perspective, as a physician, with what I've known and what I've seen, for me, it's actually criminal not to be sharing.
Wow.
Sharing is caring. Sharing.
6 years ago. And I was fascinated. I mean, I couldn't stop reading just paper after paper and book after book, because this is stuff that got lost on the conventional medical community because of the push for pharmaceutical drugs and surgeries, because as you all realize, that's how the system makes its money, right? When the pills are not rolling off of the prescription delivery line, when the surgeons are not taking patients to the OR, no one is getting paid. There's nothing wrong with surgery. I refer to surgeons. I had a surgery on Thursday for a aplastic nevus on my shoulder. But we need to be helping people to stay healthy, now more than ever. I mean, I can't stress that enough. This country's in so much trouble. This world's in so much trouble because people are not well. And you can unlock the healing potential in somebody's body by helping them or by getting different types of light into their life. And when I started to hear people in this world of Lifewave talk about guys like Robert O. Becker and his work on the body electric and electrical current and regeneration. I read Becker's work 4, 5, 6 years ago, where he talks about how the body is this big electrical system. That's how acupuncture works. That's why the AccuLife patches make so much sense for me. And I've been using light since then. I mean, I'll have people buy these very expensive, very sophisticated light therapy products that have the same peaks at these patches. And this was another thing that got me off the fence, is I had a number of patients say to me, Dr. Stillman, it's really great that you want us to all go out and get sunlight for vitamin D and infrared light, and you want us to buy saunas and sit in them for 20 minutes or 40 minutes, or you want us to get these fancy lights that are $250 to get started and $1,000 for the big nice ones. But A, we don't want to put that money down on that right now, and B, I don't have 20 minutes to do more than brush my teeth and shower in the morning. I have kids, I have dependent parents, I have a job, I want to be able to go to the gym, I want to be able to have a life. So what can you give me that fits into my life? And that's what's great about these, is that they're on my...
what you've seen, maybe what you've just experienced.
Using light as medicine, which, I want to make sure you all understand. This is how the patches work. It's light, and the light coming into the body, resonating at the right frequency, triggering the production of specific peptides that then do all of the work, right? So one of the amazing things about light that you have to remember is it works on the whole body, particularly through these patches, right? You can use light in localized areas, but these patches are really triggering these reactions throughout the body. What does that have to do with collagen? What I want you to understand about collagen is that collagen makes up a very high proportion of your structural proteins. So when women are particularly focused on collagen because they want their hair, their skin, their nails to look beautiful and lustrous and have that shine, right? When the collagen network breaks down, that's what they lose. And that's where you start to get the wrinkles. Inside, your organs become less and less robust, less and less basically put together. It's a little bit like this, the mortar between the bricks is starting to fall apart, and then the bricks are starting to crumble within that, right? Collagen is actually very protective of your body against cancers. When cancers are trying to get out of organs and into the bloodstream so they can spread, collagen is what keeps them in. So our collagen structure is one of the most important things that I focus on with my patients. And I focus on it, first of all, I start focusing on what's in their diet. But it doesn't matter what's in their diet if their gut wall doesn't have integrity, right? So what is Crohn's disease, as he mentioned in his example? It's a disease of the bowel where the bowel loses the capacity because it loses its integrity to absorb nutrition. This is part of why you're seeing such profound results. The body is better able to absorb nutrients. Then all over the body, within the tissues, it's already using the nutrients in a better way in order to have a more robust collagen structure. That's why you're hearing people talk about their hair, their skin, their nails, their eyes. That's why we've got a vascular surgeon up here who works on the vasculature, right? These things are collagen is what holds these things together. And if you don't have enough collagen, you basically fall apart, right? I don't have to tell you that you see people coming back together when they use these patches, and that's why.
Wow.
Hey guys, this is Tony Smith here, Doctor of Chiropractic. Hey, I wanted to come to you and shoot a quick video today talking about copper peptides. Now, many of you may not even have any idea what copper peptides are, but they're a very important component to our body because they do some significant things. They reduce inflammation, they reduce pain, they accelerate healing properties in our body. They help lay down collagen, which collagen is the foundation of ligament, tendon, and bone. They help with reinnervation of after an injury. They also help with revascularization of an injury site. They help prevent clotting factors in certain situations. So copper peptides are a huge deal with our body's recovery, and also they enhance our body's recovery from exercise and accelerate our body's ability to recover and regenerate. So very big component, but what happens with those is as we age, those copper peptides, the ability for them to be produced decline. And so you start to see our healing properties diminish as well with that, and you start to see other health factors raise up. Because again, if our body's not producing collagen, our skin tissue, wrinkles start to appear, our ligaments, tendons aren't as strong, our bone density isn't as strong. So copper peptides are a big factor in that. And so you've seen a lot of excitement. I was talking about the X39 stem cell activation patch. But one of the big components, or one of the big things that goes on with the X39 is that it activates the copper peptide in our body. And how it does that is through a simple process. A lot of people don't understand it, but it's based off infrared technology. It's infrared technology, or it's infrared that our body puts off infrared light, but it also is infrared from transient light that comes in. And so the founder of the company found a way to create a refraction of a certain wavelength to activate those copper peptides in our body. So it's not done by an injection. It's not a transdermal absorption where you're absorbing it through the skin. No other evasive way to bring it in, but it's a non-invasive, non-transdermal type patch that refracts light, that activates those copper peptides release and activity in our body. And it's a simple concept. Most people understand that if you stand out in the sun hits you, your body creates that sunlight into vitamin D. That's a photochemical reaction that our body naturally does, kind of like a photosynthesis for plants and stuff, but it's called photobiomodulation if you want to get real specific. But anyway, it's a photochemical reaction. Another thing that happens is when we stand out in the sun, our skin starts to turn darker. That's our body producing melanin. Now, melanin is another protection mechanism of our skin to protect from violet light, infrared light, or ultraviolet light, sorry. And but it's another photochemical reaction. Now, there's another photochemical reaction that happens is for males, if they stand out in the sunlight and you get sun on the shoulders, it actually increases the production of testosterone in your body. So that's another way to a photochemical reaction happens in our body. So what this particular scientist did is he found a way to create a certain wavelength from refracted light, create the wavelength that activates those copper peptides in our body to be more productive. And so there's significant healing properties that go on when you activate copper peptides in your body. So the patch itself does not have any chemicals in it or anything. It's just a sorry, let's go back. Organic nanocrystals that actually create the refraction of the wavelengths. And so anyway, it has a tremendous benefit, safe, non-invasive, effective, and affordable way to activate those copper peptides and do some significant healing properties. So it's activating a dormant system in our bodies to wake it back up and to promote some incredible things that our body can do naturally, but has slowed down over time. So,
primary care physician, we mainly went into medicine to help people and not really to make money. So, multi-level marketing didn't seem like the right thing to do. It was like a violation of our Hippocratic oath. And so I've been in I've had good products through network marketing, but I never really promoted them. I was scared to, because what would they think of me if I started making money off of telling about a product like Protandim that could, reverse their aging? So when I learned about the patches and I started using them, it's like what he said, my Hippocratic oath is first not to do any harm. But if I'm not sharing this technology that is changing people's lives and giving them their lives back, that's doing harm.
Dr. Preson.
Called the endothelium. And when the endothelium gets inflamed, then you've got trouble. And this is where all sorts of things can start, like blockage of your carotid arteries, blockage in your heart vessels, blockage anywhere, even in the veins in your legs. And inflammation generally is the source of most disease. And I would just tell a kind of a personal testimonial story of my wife Leslie, who experienced a miracle on the X39 patch. And she had colonoscopies periodically. And one time the doctor called her and said, you got to come back from Colorado and have surgery in Phoenix. So she had the surgery, and luckily she dodged a bullet. It was very early. She was cured from that. Every 6 months after that, she had to have another colonoscopy, and it came back the same way. Inflammation. About 6 months ago, or 8 months ago, she had a colonoscopy, and the doctor comes in recovery, and he says, what the heck are you doing? Your colon looks like you never had Crohn's. She says, all I've been doing is wearing this little patch for a couple months. He says, unbelievable. And the biopsies came back normal colon. So we consider that our miracle testimonial.
Now,
from Palmdale, California. I'm a doctor of chiropractic. I've been in practice for 30 years now. I'm in a multidiscipline facility of orthopedic surgeons, pain management, general physician, and podiatry. I'm really excited to talk about the X39 because I've never seen anything like it. And the beauty of it is actually backed by science. And what I mean by that is that the X39 has been clinically proven to activate something called copper peptides. And copper peptides have actually been studied since 1973 and have multiple studies clinically proving that it does enhance our healing properties in our body. So some of the things that copper peptides do is activate our own body stem cell production. And as we age, our stem cell activity decreases significantly. So that's why we start to show our aging, we recover slower. But stem cells are the foundational cells of every tissue and organ in the body. So when we start to wake up that dormant system, a lot of things start to happen, and we actually can create some regeneration and within the body and improve our overall health and wellness. The other thing that copper peptides do is help reduce inflammation. They help with reinnervation, revascularization, help control pain. One of the other things I was really surprised in when I was doing some more research